Hey everyone, welcome to our AP Micrographs deep dive. Before we jump into the graphs, I want to help you get the absolute most out of this content. We're going to start with a quick test. If you look at a question and feel a bit shaky, do not worry, that is exactly why we are here. The video we're about to watch will give you the core answers you need for most of the exam. But if you're aiming for that perfect 5 and want to be 100% sure, just search for Preepmoment on YouTube or click the link in the pinned comment. There, you'll find full summary videos for every single unit, breaking down the graph step by step. So, take a breath, watch the video, and when you're done, come back and give the test another try. You've got this, let's get into those graphs. On the screen, I've put together 9 of the most essential questions that represent the DNA of microeconomics. From the classic micro versus macro divide to the holy grail of consumer choice, the utility maximizing rule, everything here is a potential point turner on your exam. Take a close look. Do you remember the difference between a positive and normative statement? Can you calculate opportunity cost using the OOO or IOU methods without breaking a sweat? If you can answer these confidently, you're in great shape. Take a few seconds right now to scan this list. I want you to pick out the one question that makes you feel the least confident. Got it? Good. That's your target for today's review. Pause the video if you need more time to quiz yourself. Don't worry if you've forgotten a few. That's exactly why we're doing this. Once you've done your mental inventory, let's keep moving and sharpen those skills. First of all, what is PPC? Simply put, it's a graph that shows the maximum combinations of two goods an economy can produce when it uses all its resources efficiently. It represents our potential. Its 3 key concepts are efficiency, trade-offs, opportunity cost. Look at the graphs and notice we have 2 different shapes on our slide. The first is a straight line representing chairs and desks. This illustrates constant opportunity cost. This happens because the resources used to make chairs and desks are very similar, or perfectly adaptable. If you move a worker from making chairs to making desks, their productivity stays the same. So the cost of switching is always constant. However, the second graph, showing pizzas and computers, is bowed out. This illustrates the law of increasing opportunity cost. This law states that as you produce more of one good, you must give up increasingly larger amounts of the other good. Why does this happen? It comes down to resource substitutability. Resources are not perfectly adaptable. The land and labor that are great at growing ingredients for pizzas are not necessarily great at assembling microchips for computers. This inefficiency makes the opportunity cost rise, creating that classic bowed-out shape. So, the key takeaway, a straight line means constant opportunity cost and similar resources, while a bowed-out curve means increasing opportunity cost and specialized, imperfectly adaptable resources. Look at the first graph with points A through F. You'll notice that points A, B, C, and D are all sitting right on the curve in economics. These points represent productive efficiency. This means the economy is using all its resources to their fullest potential. There is no waste, and everyone who wants a job has one. But what about point F? Point F is inside the curve. This represents inefficiency. It's important to remember that at point F, the economy could be producing more of both pizzas and computers. But it isn't. This usually happens during a recession when there is high unemployment or when factories are sitting idle. Then we have point E, floating outside the curve. This point is currently unattainable. With our current technology and resources, we simply don't have the fuel to reach that level of production. Second graph, shifts of the PPC. When the entire curve moves, we are talking about economic growth or decline. An outward shift means the unattainable has become attainable. This is caused by an increase in the quantity or quality of resources, like a sudden baby boom or a better education system or a breakthrough in technology. On the flip side, an inward shift represents a decrease in a nation's production possibilities. This could be caused by a natural disaster destroying factories or a permanent loss of resources. Okay, here is a quick hack to find comparative advantage without doing all the long-form division. It's perfect for saving time during the multiple choice section. Step 1 first. Identify whether you are looking at an output method or an input method table. Step 2. Simply cross-multiply the numbers in the 2x2 table. For example, if you have the US and UK producing cars and corn, multiply the US cars by UK corn, and the UK cars by US corn. In our example, that would be 20 times 30 and 10 times 40. Step 3. Compare the 2 results. Step 4. Here is the rule. If it's an output method, the larger number identifies which country has the comparative advantage in that specific good. If it's an input method, the smaller number identifies the comparative advantage. Now, you should still know how to calculate the actual opportunity cost for the free response questions. But keep this shortcut in your back pocket to double-check your work and fly through the exam.
Great work today! Keep watching the next videos, and let's do great on the AP exam together!